think he has a good shot.
No, I think it's very good from what he have told me about the interview. I'm very positive.
Yeah, me too. So I talked with him like around half an hour. So seems very positive to me.
Okay, so we want to start, huh?
Yep.
Let's do this. Good afternoon, guys. This is Leo here, CEO and founder of 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗧𝗏 Educations. Welcome to another 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗏 podcast. And in today's podcast, I have here with me Mr. 𝗕𝗙𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗏, a legend. And the reason I'm bringing him on the show is to share with you his journey with us, with our job coaching program. How was his experience? How was the transformation from where he was a few months ago and where he is now? And what are some of the lessons that our viewers can learn from and hopefully can help you to achieve your dream professional jobs. But before we start, thank you for joining us today, 𝗕𝗏𝗦.
Thank you very much, and hello everyone.
Yes. Now, 𝗕𝗏𝗦, before we start, can you just sum up yourself, maybe in about 4 to 5 sentences, about what was your degree before this? What did you study, and how long have you been in Australia? You know, just to give the viewers a bit of understanding about you.
Well, I did Bachelor in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, but not from Australia. I did study it from Bangladesh, and I didn't study get admitted into masters in here because I had over 4 years of experience of working. So I was hoping that to get into something from my experience before 2 years when I came back in here. I tried, didn't happen, but then Leo happened in here. After that,
we'll talk about after that. Don't worry. Don't worry. We leave the best part at the end.
It did came up in here, and after that, I have been working in odd jobs. I'm not going to name them, but yeah, I did work more than 2 years in the odd jobs. Yeah, it is good money, but every one of us who did Bachelor or Master's Engineering want to work in the engineering fields. So it is very important to me now that I get into the field now, and I'm very happy.
Very good. Yep. Now let's just walk us through how it went in the beginning, because I remember at that time I helped your wife to get a job first, and then I remember she told me that after I helped her to get a job, she said, my husband might be also needing your help. And I'm like, okay, good. Tell him to call me. Tell him to reach out to me. I can help too. And I remember this. She told me that her concern is that because you haven't worked in your profession for a while. So you might feel a bit demotivated to find your professional job, and you might feel like giving up. So tell me, at that time, what made you decide to give us a shot? Why did you say, okay, let's give this Leo guy a shot? And what happened?
So you know what, that Leo, we found you fortunately in the internet, and we didn't know much about you. So when my wife came to me that, okay, I found someone called Leo, so he showed me and tell me some things about you, and she talked with you before she was talking to me. Then at the first I was saying, okay, I don't know, because I'm not sure that how he's gonna help to get you a job. If you don't know how to get a job, how he's gonna help you? So even that my wife, she was behind me for 2 weeks. I said no. After that, okay, she was so desperate, and she said, after talking to you, she said some positive things about me. And then what I was thinking that okay, doesn't matter what happens, as she is now very positive, which she was not before, after talking to him for 1 day for I think 5 minutes. So I think if he works with my wife with how to, and he can guide her, I think something positive can come up. So I get admitted her to you, and I think it's around in 1.5 months or something, 2 months, she got the result. And before getting the job, I was seeing that how she's improving, So I was very much happy. And in the meantime, I talked about you, some of my friends as well, because I'm seeing that one. And once my job get the job, and after that, I think 2 weeks, I tried myself because I had all the resources of you because as my wife had. So I
Yeah.
tried myself. But even though after that, I was thinking like I was not giving too much time on that. And I was, as you mentioned before, that I was very much out of my field for more than 2 years and 2.5 years around. So I was very much demotivated. I was like almost believed that nothing is going to happen to me because I didn't start it in here, even though I had a very good experience. Then I thought, okay, let's talk with Leo, what he says about me. And I remember that first day I was talking to you, I was not called you to get admitted, I was just talking to, let's see what he says about me. What's the positive thing? So you told me like how we can work, how it can, how the process can work. And then I thought, yeah, even though I have the resources, but I need like guidance of Leo with me so that I can make it. It doesn't matter I get a job or not, but I think I can get in line. Even if I don't get job now, I will get job in 2-3 months. And it happened in between less than 2 months, I got the job.
Yes, which is a fantastic ending, and I'm really grateful that you actually trusted us, trusted me in the process. That was amazing, because I remember Raki, she was a bit reluctant about you. She was not sure that you do it. I'm glad that you did it. Now, let's just bring us back to. So you were saying that you were working in odd jobs. So as you might know, a lot of international students coming here. This is something that they do most of the time.
Yep.
And I told them there's nothing wrong with working in odd jobs. The only problem comes when you work in the odd job for too long and you start to not get a hold of your professional field. So at that time, like what went through your mind? Why don't you just keep sticking with your odd jobs? Why? Because I've seen a lot of people tend to get stuck in their odd jobs. They tend to get comfortable with their odd jobs. Why would you like, okay, I need to change. I need some fresh changes here. What went through your mind at that time?
Yeah, as you mentioned that odd jobs are good because it's a good money, you know that. All the international students know that it's a good money over there. But at the end, you need two things. It's like one, peace of mind for you. Another one is like that, as we had studied engineering, always, and the people from Asian families, you're from Asian families as well. So all the relatives, my fathers, everyone asks, what do you do there? What do you do there? So even if we earn a lot of money in our jobs, but they still want us to get into somewhere whom they can share with their relatives very proudly, So
yes,
that is a very important thing for us, especially for the Asian families. And another thing is that what I mentioned is the peace of mind, because we studied a lot and we study in Asian countries. And after that, even though I did masters in here, so I did bachelor over there. I did worked hard a lot, So it's for the peace of mind. I always wanted to get in job in here so that I can like use my skill sets, what I knew, so that it gives me a peace of mind that I am working in a like profession I love and I know a bit. Doesn't matter. It's not bad that people working in the odd job is a good career over there as well. But at the end, like how long can you work in odd jobs? Because it's sometimes in most of the works are hard working. So maybe it's good for now, but not for the future. It's my thinking. So it might be different for other people. But if you get into your profession, there's always a like scope that you will go very much higher than that one. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and also I think it's very important, back to your point, that it gives you a sense of fulfillment. That you feel good. You feel good at the end of the day, isn't it? You feel good when you work in your field.
Yeah, that's really, and I can guarantee you that like people mostly from the Asian countries comes in here and who are doing the masters or bachelors over here. most of them, like they want to get into the job, in the professional jobs, everyone is same. I like, maybe there is 2 3 different, but everyone wants to get into the job, but they maybe tried some points, but then didn't get the proper guidance on how to get in there, and didn't happen. But I can I can say that, because a lot of people I know here, my friends, is whoever working in the other work jobs, it's not like that they're not trying. They tried, or maybe still trying, but they don't have the proper guidance.
Got you. And that's exactly what we do in our program, is to give them that guidance.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit, before we talk about the program itself, tell me a bit about some of the misunderstandings you have about the job market in Australia, that really have prevented you from getting a proper professional job earlier. What were some maybe top 3 misunderstandings you got?
So first of all, the most important one, I would say that we always listens to the people, so okay, some of your friends says that, okay, I'm not getting any job in the field, so I'm doing a job, and in that sense it comes into your mind that, okay, as he didn't get, okay, maybe I will not get that one. So but this is not true, because situation of everyone is different. Maybe that guy, he really tried, but he tried it maybe differently. And if you can try it proper way with proper guidance, it's possible to get a job. And secondly, I would say, because which you mentioned very much, is like that negative peoples. Every one of us maybe will meet some negative people here. That it's happened to me more, because I didn't study in here. So most of the people I know here, I am the only one who didn't study in here. Everyone else did masters in here. So all of them was saying to me like that, okay, you didn't study in here, it's not possible. Even we are not getting job. How can you get a job?
Exactly.
Everyone was saying to me. So yeah, I believe that there's no point that I'm not going to believe them. So that's another point that which made me not to apply for jobs. And for the third one, I would say like that, not to know how to apply properly, how to get into with the employers, because most of us believe in we can apply in SIG or we can apply in LinkedIn, but there's not the proper way. So for the proper guidance, which I get from you guys, that is very important to apply with proper guidance.
Fantastic. So you talk about negative people, and I really cannot agree more. Is that a lot of the time I've heard people say international student can get jobs until they get a PR.
Yeah.
And then I heard people say, they only can get job if they have experience.
Yeah.
And then I heard people say if they study here. And then the list of excuses go on and on and on.
And I miss the peer things, I don't have peers to let all that I don't have peer as well. So that peer things, and always that comes in mind that without peer you're not getting a job, without citizenship you're not getting a job.
Exactly.
But what I think, yeah, there are some exceptions, but most of the companies, they are looking for the trust. If you can give them trust that, okay, you will stay with them, they will believe you. If you know the work they're looking for, they will believe in you. It's not that peer things, it's always the trust. They can trust in it. Okay, if you will work with them and you know the work they are looking for, they will definitely give chances to other people.
Exactly. And that is something that I think people, majority of them, that's what they think. And that's why it's hard for them. Now let's talk about the program itself. So doing a program obviously is impossible that we can summarize everything, but if there are maybe a top 3 big things that you learn from our program that it's really make a changes to your career, what would that be? Like top 3 things from our program that you really like the most?
Okay. First of all, I will say that before applying, talk to the employees, is one of the best thing and unique things I ever had from this job coaching program. I never did that before. So, and it helps a lot. It can't imagine how it helps to talk with the employees before applying to them.
How did it help? Tell everyone. How do you think it helps?
Like most of us, we were before getting into the job program, I applied a lot before. And most of the time I get replied from the SIG or LinkedIn that, okay, your application didn't proceed further, and most of the time, yeah, we'd understand that it might be a reply from the machines or something like that. But most of the time it happens like that is most of the employers don't get the resumes from us, So it was very important to let them know that, yeah, you applied for that position. Sometimes you can directly send your resumes to them as well. It helps a lot. I had that most unique thing from in here. And
calling them,
yeah, calling to them. And after that, another thing that I can say, some questions you'll teach us, that the things you said, the magic questions, these things, if I don't, like any one of us, if they don't ask those questions to the employees, most of the cases it will get rejected. I think this is one more thing, most of the time, because if you ask those questions, it will lead to you like tens of different questions, which you can tell them that you know the things. It is very important.
You open up the conversation.
Open up the conversation. And number 3, I would say, what was that? It was, I remember, but that one is the most important one. I always remember is like that. Yeah, there's questions, without these magic questions, always there is when sometimes say that, okay, you don't have peer or something like that, then you can like tell them, even if you don't have the peers, what can you do? How you're gonna get the peer? Give them a bit trust and assurance that, okay, even if you don't have the peer, you will get into them to work, those
overcome objections. That's what you mean.
Yeah. Overcome the objections. Yeah, there's the things you're talking about. So to overcome those objections is one of the most important thing I learned, because even if I know the things, I know how to work, before telling them those objections, because of these objections, my application didn't go further before. So overcoming those objections is very much important. And I would say one more is that, like, following up after applying, following, you taught me like 3-4 different types of following things. So all those following up things is very important to get a job. So these 4 things, I know you have many more things, but these are the most important things I think.
Beautiful. So you talk about calling, which is extremely important. And it's funny how everybody knows how to use the phone for Netflix and chill and Facebook and all that, but to use it to call an employer, most people don't know. And I think I've seen you improve so much from the day one to now. Obviously, the way you talk with the employer, I can see your confidence. I can see your. It's
all about the confidence you gave me.
The confidence is crazy. So number 1 is calling, and number 2, you talk about the questions, right? The quality of the questions, which is something that I think students, they don't know how to ask.
No, they don't know.
And so before the program, do you remember you always asked like close-ended questions, like can you
questions? Yeah,
stupid question. Are you looking for employees?
Right?
All these dumb questions, and of course it doesn't help. And then of course you learn a lot about the follow-up, which is, I agree with you, is so important. And the last one is objections. But let's just go back into the objection thing a bit. What do you think are some of the most common objections that you have heard, that you think that also other international students have heard from the employer as well?
Okay,
can you give them some?
For the most common one, they will ask like, you don't have PR or citizenship. You don't have, like, sometimes the students who is still studying, they don't have full working rights. Another objection is the one, they don't have local experience, which also I didn't had. They'll talk about that, but it doesn't matter which experience you have. Experience is experience always. So the local experience, and yeah, this is the most important
Most
thing.
common
They
one.
will hurt a lot whenever they are talking with the employees. These three things, they will hurt a lot. And one more thing is like that you don't have any that local experience I was talking about, and you don't, even if the like graduates after doing the master's or bachelor over in here, they will say, okay, you don't have any experience at all, but the way you teach, some of my friends as well I know who didn't have experience in here, like how the projects and all other things from your study can help, that, oh yes, I have experience, doesn't matter it didn't came from any company, but I have experience working with these things from my projects and all other things. This for kind of people things, it really helps, I think, these
I
objectives.
got you. Fantastic. And then so let's fast forward a little bit. So obviously you talked to us a little just now about your challenges. And I might just recap a little bit so for our viewers to understand you that they need to understand that Shawan, he doesn't have permanent residency yet. He don't have he don't have like a local experience. His study is not even from Australia. So those are very huge challenges that majority people would give up, but he did not. So if he can do it, the message here is you guys should. Now let's talk about the jobs itself. Now walk us through the process, how you got your current job, Shawan, because I think it's really interesting. You got to walk us from the beginning, because if we just tell them the outcome, people will be like, no way, this is impossible. There's a lot of people watching this, they are adapters, Shawan, you see, they don't believe it. They think that maybe I'm coming up with these things. But to walk us through, how was your whole process from the start to getting this role? What happened?
Okay, so I saw a job advertisement from that company I'm working now as for a design engineer over there. So I was trying to talk to them, because as I learned from this job coaching that you shouldn't apply without talking to the employers. So I tried talking to them straight 3 weeks. I tried to them 3 weeks, didn't get connected with them. And then Leo teach me and told me to get connected with some of the people who working in that company in LinkedIn. And I got connected with one of the lady who works over there. And I talked with her about these things that, okay, it's not straight away. I asked her after getting in connected after 2-3 days. I asked her some questions like how it's working over there, some of the question normal. Because then I asked her, okay, I saw a job advertisement over there. Is that possible to get to your manager or someone who can I talk, who's a decision maker there, to talk maybe 2-3 minutes for the job? Then that lady gave me the number of that manager over there. It's an operating manager over there, a chief operating manager. Then I was talking to them. Then he told me that he's looking for someone who has local experience to work with the designer role. Then I asked him some questions, the magic question you asked me. Okay, I know that I cannot do that as you're looking for the local experience, but I know I can do those things. I gave him some situations and how those works I can do. So I talked with him, as far as I remember, around 10 minutes. At the end of the 10 minutes, then that chief operating manager, he told me that, okay, as I see that you have experience of working with a lot of different things, I am thinking of recruiting someone, even though it's not posted in the online still now, but I need someone who can take care of my production unit over there, as you have worked over there. Then after talking to them, as I asked too many questions, the magic questions, then he opened up himself that I need someone, and then I told him, yeah, I can do that, because all I wanted to get into it doesn't matter that designer role, because I know that, and it's an engineering role as well. Then he on after that 10 minutes. I think I talked with him around 13, 14 minutes. Then end of the talking, he was saying, okay, I talked with him Thursday. So Thursday it was around 11 a.m. I think. So he told me that if you're free, can you join me over a online interview at 4? Straight away he offered me. Then I was very happy, and then I told him that yeah, I definitely can. So yeah, so I was getting prepared how to get into the interviews and all other things. And then he called me at around 3 p.m. that he is getting into busy something, and then he want to conduct that interview at Friday morning. You know? Then I always, that you taught me that I always try to get, even though it's for the like coronavirus, all the restrictions, all other things going on, even though they are not calling for you interview, try to at least try. Then I was thinking, okay, as Leo said, let's tell him that what he says. So I told him that I'm very much near to the company you are, so I think I can come if you want for face-to-face interview to put my name, my face on the name. Yeah. Then he said, yeah, definitely. If you want, if you're free, you definitely can come. So that Zoom interview at 10 becomes my face-to-face interview at 10 on the Friday morning. And I went for the interview, and the interview was around 1 hour, and he asked me a lot of questions. The designer role I applied for, he asked me a lot of questions about that one, and also the question about the role he's offering to me. Then at the end, even before going there in the last day, he was asking me how much like salary you would like. So I was
before you met him, you will ask that.
Yeah, when he was calling me for the interview, you know.
Wow.
So I was pretty positive about that. So that interview went well, and at the end of the interview, he almost gave me like confirmation that you are getting the job, but he told me that, okay, give me some 2-3 hours, because he was asking me how much salary I didn't say that. That's why maybe they were like talking with the HR, because in the middle I didn't even meet the HR, you know, I was always talking with the engineers. So he told me that, okay, I'm going to talk to my HR and I will get back to you. And so my interview was 10 to 11, and I got confirmation around at 2:30 in the evening time. So that was the journey, yeah, and it went really well.
And how many days now have you been there, working there?
Yeah, I started today it's been 1 week. Yeah, it's been 1 week.
Oh wow.
It's going pretty well, and I'm getting well over there.
And is a lighting company, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lighting company. Yeah, and
fantastic. So now maybe to dissect this a bit further, do you think it would be possible that you can be able to know how to talk to this employer if you're not joining our program? Do you think you can carry such a conversation with the employer?
Impossible. Even I remember that the first 1 or 2 phone call, even after getting with you, I couldn't talk. Then after 2-3 times I tried, I go with the scripts you gave us. So I tried, and at the end, I think at number 4th phone call, I tried to talk to them. I did talk to them really well. After that, I didn't have to look back. Whenever I call, even I talked 2-3 times when I was going into the train to work. I talked to them in the train, and I did really well.
Full of confidence, talk like a boss. Yeah. I like that. Now, obviously, I'm very glad now, but maybe the audience should know that other than this role, there was another role actually.
Yep.
That was even more promising, but it's just the COVID thing that actually stopped us. Can you tell everybody about that role? It was an exciting one as well.
Yeah, that one is still stands for me, you know. If I can go there, I think still I can get that.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's still on the table.
Tell
everybody.
That one was the other. It's only a phone interview, because they don't even had any job circular over there, nothing at all. So me and Leo called to that company. Okay, you guys works with lighting projects and lighting products. I had experience of working with the lighting. So I know these things. Then the lady from the HR, reception, Then he gave them the number for the chief operations manager over there.
In which she told me she never done that. She never
Yeah,
done that.
yeah,
So it's usually a very rare occasions.
Yeah, she mentioned that she never did that before. As we talked with them very like well-manneredly, with very resourceful information. They gave us the phone number, and I got I'm not gonna say it's an interview and not gonna say the normal talk as well. It's in between interview or normal talk, you know,
casual interview.
Casual interview. Yeah. And the day I called him, the first question he asked me, like, okay, because of the COVID, we are not looking for someone. So I was in like closed loop, you know. But the magic question you taught me, I asked this question to me, who even if I didn't ask them question, our conversation would have finished in 1 minute, you know. But with those questions, our conversation was around, I think, around 19 minutes. Wow. So yeah, so at the end of the interview, I talked with him everything, and I let them know, with those steps you taught me, with the different questions that I did let them know that, yeah, I know those things. Then he was interested. Yeah, after the restriction, you can come over here. I'm pretty much sure that you can get into one of the position in our company. But before that, I want you to come in here to get one more interview face-to-face, and I want to show you around what we do in here. So still that chance stands for me. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go someday after the
we will see.
Yeah. That one was more interesting than this one, you know. The job I get, that one is more interesting because they didn't had any job advertisement in the internet. We just randomly call them with your script and find out then, yeah, there could be one position for me. That one, absolutely, one of the best thing happened. Yeah.
And again, that amplifies the message that I teach you in our program, which is 90% of the jobs are never advertised. Yeah. So for you, was it something new when I told you that in the beginning, when I said that to you? Was it something that was really surprising you?
Yeah.
When I tell you that the
jobs
even
the job I got, that is not only that one was not advertised as well.
Not advertised as well.
So
exactly.
I think as I did work with the script of yours, that came out. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come out that, yeah, they need people in there as well.
Fantastic. So probably maybe the last questions here, Shawan, is now that you've gone through the journey with us, would you recommend this to other students who are struggling to find jobs? And if yes, like, why do you think this would be a great investment for them and their future?
Definitely, man. I've already like referred 2-3 people. Two of them, two or three already started with you, because I will mention one thing. I'm not sure you like it or not, but most of the people in here, there are some agencies that there's the reason that my wife, when she told me about you, I said no to her, that there are some agencies that they said, okay, I will give you a job. But giving a job is not reality, you know. They will say it, otherwise maybe they will give you a job for some, or only for the experience. They're not going to pay you. So most of the people, they might, I'm going to say that they might misunderstood Leo education, that you're going to give them job. So I'm just making you sure that Leo is not here to give you a job. He will make you capable that you can get job yourself, but with the guidance of him. He will give you proper guidance, which is very important. So don't misunderstand Leo education with the normal agencies, you know. He's not a mediocre agencies. He will teach you how to get a job. He's not going to give you a job. You will have to get it with your things, but definitely he will help you to reach how to reach the employers. And so it's very important, because as I mentioned, I was not sure that I will come to you, because I was thinking that maybe you are a normal agency like others we hire a lot of the times, you know, but you are not. The way you work, it's really effective, you know. it works like
thank
magic. And like you said, you're a magic man. Like it works like magic. So if anyone, I would say anyone work with you, like with those process, they will definitely get a job. Maybe someone will get in 1 month, 2 months, but maybe someone will get after 6 months, but they will definitely will get a job.
Yeah, if they execute. The word is execute.
Yeah.
What I teach. And I think that's something that you have done very well, which is you execute perfectly.
Yeah.
When we prepare for your interview, I told you to ask this question. You asked from the scale from 1 to 10, all that question.
All those questions.
Yeah.
And I was really, I was really glad that I came up with you, because as I mentioned, because most of the people will misunderstood you with all those agencies, but they should never do that, because if someone of them get along with you, they will understand that, like how different you are from them, and how your process works like magic in here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And probably to finish off, I would say that if everybody watching this video right now and you are struggling, do not blame yourself, because it's only because nobody show you the right approach. So in this case, I have shown 𝗟𝗪𝗏 the right approach, and he take full advantage of that. And as a result, he benefited. Tell them about that. I also help a lot of friends around you as well, 𝗟𝗪𝗏. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that panel. I was telling Barry. We're gonna do a panel podcast. Tell everybody.
Because
I help a lot.
After getting after my wife find you first, after one of my sisters, she's a junior from my same university from Bangladesh. She did studied in here, University of Sydney in here. Then I talk with her because she was running out of 485 visa. I mean TIA. It was very important to her, and because of not getting job, she moved to Adelaide. So I was thinking it's very important to her, and they were in some kind of crisis with money. Everyone have money crisis in this country. So I forced her to get admitted to you. She get admitted to you, got a job. My wife got a job. After that, I got a job, and one of another junior from Bangladesh, he did finished electrical engineering from Western Sydney University in here. And he already did 2-3 good interviews. I think he will get one job. And
very promising. Very promising.
And two of my friends as well, whom I used to work with the odd jobs, get admitted with you. So it's around 5-6 people, man.
I'm gonna help the whole family.
Yeah, man. And I always tell some friends of mine that Leo changed my life and our surroundings, because all the people around us is connected with you now. So you changed all of their lives, and life got really easy for now.
Yeah. Now you just have to keep up your great work, and I think you will go very far. But thank you for today, 𝗟𝗪𝗏. I really appreciate your time, and I hope that your story will inspire people, because a lot of people need to hear this story. Because when you go onto the social media, all the news out there, it seems like it's the end of the world. It seems like we're all gonna die. Right.
And this COVID things made like worse. So everyone is desperate.
And still you get the job. Your wife got the job. Tasmia got the job. And Barry, I'm looking forward to that as well. And many of our students, how many we have every day, just pop in another story. So that just shows that COVID is not the reason to not get a job. It's actually the reason to get a job, because everyone else is giving up. So that is why you always attack, and that's why you got a job.
And don't thank me that I came in here, man. I will always be there whenever you ask me, and thank you that I knew you and I get along with you, man. It changes everything around me. It did change, man.
Oh, thank you.
It was an awesome journey with you and with my friends and my wives and all of them. It was a great journey with you till now.
Thank you.
Hope it continues, man.
Oh, it will continue. It's my legacy.
Yeah.
You take care. Share this video with your friends, Shawan. Tell them that
Definitely.
so they learn this, they can get inspired, keep supporting us,
Yep.
and keep following up with the other employer.
I will definitely. Thank you very much.
Take care, man.
It was nice talking to you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye.